Chapter 5, Mishnah 7. It is prohibited to have any benefit from Nesach wine. See Mishnah 3 in Chapter 2. This includes the money someone receives from selling Nesach wine. The Mishnah discusses this law in regard to a worker who is paid with Nesach wine. If a Jewish craftsman did a job for an idolater, and the idolater who hired him sent them a barrel of Nesach wine as their payment, they are permitted to say to him, "Give us its value in money instead." However, once the barrel entered their possession and they legally acquired it, it is prohibited for them to return it to the idolater in exchange for money. Since the wine has now become theirs, giving it back to the idolater in return for money is the same thing as selling it to him, and it is forbidden for a Jew to sell and take money for Nesach wine. The Mishnah discusses the rule for selling kosher wine to an idolater. Once an idolater touches wine, it becomes forbidden. Thus, for a Jew to be able to sell wine to an idolater, he must do so in a way that the sale takes effect before the idolater touches it. The Mishnah will explain how this is done. If a Jew sells his kosher wine to an idolater, whether he may use the money from the sale depends on how the sale was carried out. If he set the price for the wine before he measured out the amount of wine the idolater wants to buy, and the idolater agreed to it, and then he took that amount of wine and put it into a container that the idolater took, its money is permitted for benefit. Since the idolater agreed to the price in advance, he acquired the wine as soon as he took the container, and he became obligated to pay for it. The wine at that time was not nesech, and it did not become nesech until he later touched the wine in the container and poured it. The Jew may therefore accept the money for it. But if the Jew measured out the wine and gave it to the idolater before he set the price for it, and the idolater accepted, the money is forbidden. Since the idolater had not yet made up his mind to buy the wine when he took the container, because the price might be more than he is willing to pay, he did not acquire the wine when he took it. Therefore, when he touched the wine in the container, it became nesech while the Jew still owned it. And when they finally agreed on the price and made the sale, it was nesech wine that was being sold. The Jew may therefore not have benefit from the money. Another law regarding the sale of wine to an idolater. If a Jew took a funnel and measured wine into an idolater's bottle that already contained nesach wine, and then took the same funnel and measured wine into a Jew's bottle, if the bottom of the funnel has a wine retainer, i.e., a lip that prevents the last drops of wine from flowing down into the bottle, that wine that was poured into the Jew's bottle is prohibited. The drops of wine left in the funnel become prohibited as nesach wine when the funnel was used to pour wine in the idolater's bottle. Since those drops now fell into the Jew's bottle, the wine in the Jew's bottle also becomes prohibited. A similar case. If a Jew pours kosher wine from one container into another container containing nesach wine, the wine in the container from which he poured is permitted, but the wine into which he poured is prohibited.